Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I am back at a colonial home site that I have detected a couple times. I don't know if there's anything left to find here, but I'm going to give it a go. What I'm going to do though today is demonstrate the difference between two different programs. My own personal program against Gary's ultimate program. So it's not going to be a which does better than that kind of video. It's going to show you the difference of a program like mine that uses full tones versus the ultimate, which uses two tones. Technically it's three tones, but the first two are the same, so essentially it's two tones. Gary has a great video on the ultimate program that you can watch. You can find out the settings there. I'll post my own settings below so that you can check that out. But again, the main difference is full tones versus two tone. I'm going to use the same reactivity of 3, and you know, all the other settings are pretty much the same. Now I also want to point out the difference is with full tones I get a lot of the different nuance of, you know, is this a mid-tone, is it a high tone, what are all those little differences? That's what I love to hear. It gives me an expectation of what are the chances of something I'm going to pull out of the ground. You know, I like that feeling. Whereas the ultimate, it's just going to tell you dig or don't dig. Ultimately, we're going to dig the signals, whether it's telling me it's a mid-tone or it's telling me just dig. We also have the benefit of the screen that will tell you the number. You know, if it's a 55, it's a mid-tone. If it's an 83, 90, it's a high tone. So let's play around with the difference and check out some different signals. And you know, you decide for yourself what's better for your preference. You see a lot more squeaks going on, but that's, you can see what I'm dealing with as far as conditions. Lots of iron. So let's back it up and you'll hear now the two-tone. I'm going to switch to the ultimate. So it's one consistent low thud for the iron, and then anything above a certain number, it's going to give me, let's see, I heard something. We'll get one. See, so that's a 96, 97. It's got a little bit of a jump to it, so that could be more iron. Back down to my full tones. Yeah, both are showing you it's kind of a broken signal and it's iron. So let's do some digging, let's do some detecting, and maybe we'll get something good today. I'm using my full tones program. I've got kind of an iffy here. You can see not super high, it's got an iron grunt, but it could be something good here and then turns into iron. You know, I think a lot of people might ignore this, but if I turn different directions, it's really choppy here. But this property has so much potential, I don't want to ignore it. Let's switch over to the ultimate, see what it sounds like. Again, pretty pure, high 80s, but surrounded by iron. So let's give it a dig and see what it is. Getting close. Oh, I see a round coin. Unfortunately, I think it's fairly modern. But again, like I said, oh no, you know what it is? It's not a coin, it's a key. Look at that. Maybe it's a key to one of the doors in this house. Interesting. Okay, but let's hear it straight out of the hole. Oh, gotta turn my pinpointer off. So let's hear it straight out of the hole. So pretty clear. So it was definitely surrounded by iron. So I'm glad I dug it. It could have been a coin, could have been something really cool. All right, so I've got a high 70s, low 80s here. Where did you go? There we go. Right here. As you can hear, sounds different than the other signal I just dug. But again, surrounded by iron, as I drag down, it's back. Let's hear what it sounds like in the ultimate. See? sounds exactly like the other target I sound. So again, it's telling you dig me, and the preference really is, do you want to hear the conductivity, or do you really just want to know I should dig this or not? Either way, you're gonna dig it. So let's see what it is. Ooh, super high now. This is my full tone, showing me 97. That might mean it could be iron. Here's ultimate. Again, you hear the same sound, same number, 97, 98. Don't think it's gonna be a ginormous silver, but we did hear the iron grunts when I was pulling it away from it, so let's see. Oh, look at that. It's a modern quarter. So that was a pretty high signal once it got out away from the iron. Again, I'm running about a 31 frequency, so the numbers will be higher than if you were running a lower frequency. But cool. All right. Hey, maybe there's older coins here. I'm getting a lot of high conductivities today, all surrounded by that iron, which I'm pretty sure you can hear. Again, my full tones program. Let's go back to the ultimate. Sounds pretty good, right? Despite all the iron around it. Only one way to find out. That is a piece of iron, no doubt there. Let's rescan. Sounds pretty brilliant. 95. It's toward the top of the plug, so let's see. It's just a modern petty. Sometimes you got to deal with that stuff. Okay, I finally got a mid-tone that I can show you the difference of. I've been getting a lot of the high tones, so let's see what this mid-tone sounds like with my full tones and then the ultimate. It's around a 66, 67. Bounces up to 71. Switch to the ultimate. Again, there's that dig me high signal. A little bit of an iron breakup in there, but like you know, this type of property, gotta dig it. So let's see what it is. Okay. And it is, It looks like a little strap end or something. No doubt Saxon or medieval. I don't know. Probably fairly modern. But hey, picked it up amongst all the iron. So I'll put it in the bag that says investigate later. So you can see whether you're using full tones or a two-tone, the Deus is really great at cutting through a lot of the noise, especially around iron. You know, so again, it's a preference thing, but the nice thing is, like, you can set that preference. You're not tied to one setting on the Deus. It's almost like having multiple detectors in one. So I've got a very, very faint signal here. Let me let you listen to what it sounds like, and then we'll see if it's anything good or if it's just a little piece of iron that's making me chase it. So here it is in my full tones. See, hear that? Little squeaker. It goes from no ID to 91. Now let's listen in the ultimate. Again, silent, but it's there. I am an audio response of 3 on both of these. So hopefully it's a little bit deep, and it means it's older. So I'm gonna go for it. I'll let you know what it is. All right, well, it's not super old, but it is part silver. Take a look. That is definitely a war nickel. So let's see if I can get a date off of it. $1943. All right, any day you find silver, it's a good day. So how cool is this? You know, it's enough for a homeowner to be gracious enough to let you detect on their property. And then, you know, it's 38 degrees out here. She brings me out some hot tea just to keep me warm. Isn't that nice? And it's a lemon hot tea, which I've never had before. It kind of tastes like an iced tea, but warm. I think I might have to look into this brand and, you know, do what my English friends do, and they have tea instead of coffee. So there you have it, the difference between my custom program and Gary's ultimate program. 2 different programs as far as what things sound like, but both effective, both will find you stuff. Again, it's a total preference adjustment on your end. And that's the nice thing about the Deus. You can do that. You can adjust things. Do you want full tones? Do you want 2 tones? Do you want 4 tones, 3 tones? It goes on, and then you can modify those programs based on the conditions, up the reactivity, the sensitivity, change the ground balance around. You know, the world is your oyster, as they say. So I hope you enjoyed this little comparison. Again, the finds weren't super great, but I did find a teeny bit of silver, so that always makes for a good day. Thanks for watching, and until next time.